YouTube thumbnails are super important. They play a big role when it comes to video optimization. If your thumbnails are bad, they won't stand out, which means that you lose out on the click and therefore also on ad revenue and watch time. But what really makes a good and attention-grabbing thumbnail? And does it really need to be clickbaity? Actually, there are a few common misconceptions. It's not only about making the thumbnail visible, it needs to interest your potential viewer. I've been monitoring the YouTube game for quite a while now, and I noticed that the most successful videos have thumbnails that raise questions. A great example is this video from Veritasium right here, and there are actually no clickbaity elements like red arrows or similar in the thumbnail. The thumbnail simply raises the question, what am I looking at here? What is this? And that is exactly what makes people interested, so they click on the video. Of course, there are a bunch of similar examples out there. I just want you to know that there is a clear difference between making something visible by using flashy colors or really getting people interested. I recommend a combination of both. But of course, this kind of strategy does not work with every type of content. Maybe you upload tutorials, gaming videos, or something else where creating such a thumbnail would be very difficult. But don't worry, there are a few basic thumbnail rules that will definitely help you. So here they are. Rule number 1. People connect with people. So don't be afraid to slap a picture of yourself or even just your face into the thumbnail. Studies have shown that videos with these kind of thumbnails have a 30% higher engagement rate, which in my opinion is amazing, considering that's only a face in the thumbnail. So if it works with your content and you've got the opportunity to do this, definitely try it out. Rule number 2. Do not put too much content into your thumbnail. It's important to remember that YouTube thumbnails are actually nothing else than a bunch of small images in a row. Everyone wants to stand out. Therefore, people think it's best to put a bunch of stuff into their thumbnail. So they start adding a bunch of elements and text. But that is actually a very bad idea. Because all it ends up in is confusion. And that is exactly what you want to avoid creating. In addition to that, it makes your thumbnail look spammy and uninteresting. It's best to focus on the main part of the video and really highlight that one. Rule number 3. Don't lie. I'm putting this rule in because it's the worst idea to clickbait. Especially if you still have a smaller channel, it will either attract the wrong people or even worse, generate a bunch of negative comments. Having a bad vibe surrounding your content is one of the worst things that can happen to you. People will start to notice that the scene in your thumbnail isn't even in your video, so they will most likely click away. That substantially decreases your watch time and therefore heavily affects the ranking of your videos. So please do not make false promises in your thumbnail when the video does not contain that content. Rule number 4. Keep it consistent. Make sure that all of your thumbnails have a very similar structure. When subscribers look in their sub box, they instantly need to know that this is your video. You can establish consistency by using the same template all the time and only changing the text in it. But you can also do it by using one font or one color all the time. And please don't get me wrong here, it's important to experiment, but once you have found something that works, stick with it for a few uploads and see how people respond. There are many successful channels out there that have found their perfect thumbnail type. For example, Tom Scott, PewDiePie, or Justin Brown. Alright, now you know all the important stuff about YouTube thumbnails. In the next lecture, I will show you how to create awesome thumbnails for every content type, so that will definitely be a lot of fun.